think my biggest issue with society is
right now, just like the way we treat each other.
Police brutality is a real issue.
It seems like as a whole, we don't have a set of morals anymore.
I think we're better than where we are.
We're not accountable for our own actions. We kind of think it's everybody else's. We place the blame on a lot of people.
You're taking lives, but you're in the line of duty.
as much as I think people would like to think that we are a society of equality, we're not.
Even though we act as though we're so open and receiving and accepting of other cultures, we fail to acknowledge them at the same time.
I'd say a lack of understanding.
What it is like to be black in this country than I had previously ever imagined.
White people have privilege. All white people have privilege. If you are white in the United States, no matter your social class, you have privilege.
It's just a lot. A lot of it bothers me.
And we are going to make our country great again.
People say like we have it all together, and if anything, like this election has like definitely proved that we do not have it all together.
There's a lot of disrespect in the world right now.
I would say I'm frustrated because all the crap that keeps going back between each of the candidates. They seem to be really mean to each other.
I feel like it would be naive to say this is an election that is new, that it involves, two archetypes of characters that we haven't seen before, but I can't help but think that.
You've got someone who is big money in Donald Trump, and people think he's charismatic and all this other thing. People think that apparently.
I think Donald Trump sucks. I think that he's racist. I think that he's sexist, and I think that he's a predator.
He lies a lot, and he is a flip-flopper.
Sadly, I'll be voting for Donald Trump.
I don't really know who to vote for.
The candidates that we have, it is a little disappointing.
That is why I am running for President of the United States.
I can't trust Hillary Clinton, and I want to be able to trust the President of the United States.
When he says, let's make America great again, that is code for, let's take America backwards.
I physically just can't see Hillary Clinton as the president.
I don't trust her.
Right now, I think Hillary is the best choice, but she's not my favorite either, but
My girl Hill and I match up on a lot of issues, saying that I think that she comes with her baggage as well.
It's a little bit scary because nobody in the country really wants either candidate to be president.
I felt like I was choosing the lesser of two evils.
I think both Trump and Hillary are ashy.
It's really sad because these are going to be the potential leaders of the free world.
Honestly, I never thought that I would be living in an America that was so divided.
White privilege. You may not be aware if you have it, but you sure as hell know if you don't.
I have nothing against Caucasian people, but it's definitely something that we live in a white America.
Pulled into the parking lot, parked it, zipped up my parka, joined the procession of marchers. In my head, like, is this awkward? Should I even be here marching? Thinking that they can't, how can I?
It's kind of like you get a pass.
To be a white male and what comes with that.
I do feel like I'm privileged.
I am privileged because I am white.
Because when something doesn't happen to you on a regular basis, you really have no idea what it is like.
As a white male, you don't have to deal with a lot of other problems that other races or other genders have to deal with.
You get the opportunity to go about your day and do things and not get punished for some of the things that some of your counterparts that are minority get punished for.
Seeing a cop, even if he's just driving behind me, makes me nervous. What is he going to assume about me?
There is a list of hundreds upon hundreds of individuals that have been shot in cold blood.
Violent protests they're more out of emotion, out of the fact that we're supposed to be living in a society where we're supposed to have the equity and the equality between all people, and yet we're still being murdered by the people who are supposed to be protected.
Black Lives Matter was created to specifically combat police brutality.
I feel that if Black Lives Matter had happened 10 years ago, it would not have been a thing.
I feel the overall movement has in some cases gotten a bad rap.
It started with good intentions. I think it was well intentioned. The moment that they started pushing hands up, don't shoot, which is a false narrative, proven time and time again to be a false narrative, the minute that that became their slogan, the minute that protesting turned into rioting and looting and burning and militant actions, that's when I lost respect for Black Lives Matter.
I'm kind of 50-50 with the Black Lives Matter movement. I completely agree that Black Lives Matter. I completely agree that all lives matter.
All lives matter. No, they don't. That's dumb. You're an idiot if you're saying that. Black Lives Matter is just saying that, yeah, everyone's lives matter, but right now we're focused on the Black lives because clearly people aren't taking them seriously and don't care as much about the Black lives as they do the white or the green or the yellow, whatever the fuck you want to say.
There's no easy fix, and I feel like fix just isn't the right word to use.
I grew up around prejudice from black people, white people, straight people, gay people, all people, honestly. But I mean, if we could just respect each other, I feel like we can get a lot more accomplished.
I believe that the only way that we're going to end things like racism and poverty is for people to have the sources to get a hand up and not a hand out.
I think the change comes from the people, you know. What do we want to see different?
Changes? I'm not looking forward to ever do anything.
You know, I don't have a lot of high hopes.
Changing society isn't something that's going to be easy, and it's definitely something you have to do gently. It's something you have to lead yourself into, because if you go too fast, then people are going to resist it.
Challenge yourself and your friends to understand more.
I would say go out and do something for yourself, not just because you're a woman and you have to prove that women can do something.
I hope we keep getting better socially, like in terms of how we treat each other, and I don't think that's a governmental thing necessarily.
But do it because you want to do it and not because you have to prove that you're better than somebody else by doing it.
I just wish everybody would just be nice to each other and that we could all just like give each other hugs.
Things will get better when we come together and we unify and we talk about things like that. And
I mean, it starts with each individual.
It's respect. We need to all respect each other.
Get your own set of morals, you know, but be open to other people's opinions, other people's ideas, and challenge what you believe. Figure out why you believe what you believe. Because there could be something that you're wrong about. And if you're not open to listen to other people's opinions about it, you're never going to know.
Just teaching people what it's like to be, I guess, oppressed by a government.
Society, I think, like I said, it just goes back to being a decent ass human being.
At this point, I'm just hoping there isn't some massive war.
I just hope that things don't go as bad as they can.
I hope that with the presidential election coming up, that whatever happens in the election will more or less be accepted, no matter which party ends up winning. But I hope that the unrest that we're seeing in the country now kind of subsides and we're able to come together as a group and solve some bigger issues.
If anything, I'm really hoping that Hillary Clinton wins. And I hope that will be I hope that will show other women that they are capable of all the things that men are capable of. That's like the only thing that I think is actually tangible for changing from this election.
It is my high honor and distinct privilege to introduce to you the President-elect of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
It's time to clear the streets, it's time to accept reality, it's time to move on, time to make America great again.
Am I disappointed? Yeah.
I feel very disappointed but not surprised about what happened.
It will be different for better or for worse, depending upon how you look at it.
He ignited in our country a feeling of hate and fear, and that's not how we live.
This cannot be, the next step for our nation.
Basically prove me wrong, prove a lot of America wrong, prove like the rest of the world wrong.
Just because he won the battle doesn't mean he's going to win the war.
So we will have to see what President Trump is able to get done, and it'll be interesting.